Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos 6 Sports Productions, bringing you another Zerg Bronze to Masters League Series day. Today we're going to be looking at a PvZ here on Habitation Station, and this is going to be a wonderful treat because we get to look at the opposite of cheese in the PvZ matchup, or ZvP matchup, as we are the Zerg player. So we are going to be looking at a cannon rush. I am proud to say that it actually went really well. It was pretty much identified when it needed to be. Zerglings were already on the way, and it's like, yep, this ain't happening. So, nice little win for us this game. Today we're going to be looking at, talking a little bit about the options that you have whenever you see an opponent going for a cannon rush, things you need to worry about, and things that you need to consider when you're going through your builds. Now, I am going to talk a little bit about the build. In the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to probably put all of the timings of the build as far as supply goes, just so you guys have a reference point. But, yeah, so in PvZ, especially on one-player maps, I tend to go for that spawning pool first. Just a pretty safe opening. You never know what you're going to run up against. Forge Fast Expand is still currently in the meta, so people are still approaching this matchup that way. It's, in my opinion, it's still way Wings of Liberty. I personally don't hardly ever go for a Forge Fast Expand, but some people do, so we do need to be aware of that. So we're going to be planning down our spawning pool at 15. And then originally I was going to go ahead and send my drone down to take the base, but when the Overlord scouted the probe, I didn't want to send the drone down just because obviously he'll just turn around and start to be a pest. So we are going to go ahead and take our extractor immediately, and then once his probe's kind of out of line of sight, we'll go ahead send down the drone to build that hatchery. So at this point, our Overlord isn't quite in position. Well, yeah, it's seen the Forge, so we know exactly what he's doing. We see that the Forge is going, and with the Overlord at our natural, we can scout this probe being kind of a pest as it goes ahead and plants down the pylon here to start the cannon rush. Now, with the spawning pool finishing up, we're already going to go ahead and start building some Zerglings. As you can see, we haven't quite put into our gas yet. We are a little bit on edge as far as supply is concerned, and with the our goal is to get rid of all this nonsense shenanigans. So one Zergling is going to go deal with the probe, and then these guys need to start working on stuff. I'm sitting here like trying to figure out what I need to be doing, but this Ling is going to go ahead and get in, and he's going to try and wall off as well as he can. At this point, with this many Lings out already, I'm definitely going to be able to get in here and get the majority of the damage that I need done. You know, this cannon will finish, but he's only going to be able to kill a handful of Lings, and I've got enough DPS to deal with it. So I want to talk a little bit about some potential pitfalls. This doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you just don't scout it. Sometimes these cannons will pop up and you'll be like, crap, I forgot to scout. So in the case that does happen and the cannons start firing, now if the Protoss player is good, he will not reveal his cannons until the hatchery is finished. That is just rule of thumb for Protoss players. If they can do that at all possible, that guarantees that you're gonna take down the hatchery pretty much no problem. So in his case, he didn't do a very good job of that. But in the case that happens, and he doesn't get the cannons up in time, and you do scout the cannons, but you see the thermals finishing, you don't have enough units, what you need to do is you need to wait as long as you possibly can for the cannons to finish and cancel your hatchery immediately. Yes, you are going to lose some resources in that, but what it will do is it will give you the flexibility of taking the drone from it to go expand at your third, and then you can deal with the cannons as needed later. Now, we also do want to make comment that by the Protoss player investing all of this money in getting the cannons up, getting the extra pylons, and all these buildings, he's got to be delaying something at home. Well, in this case, as we've seen from the production chab, and if we go take a look at our opponent's base, he doesn't have a gateway yet. He's really far behind as far as that's concerned. Granted, his Nexus is almost finished, but he's invested a lot in this aggression, and with us being able to pick everything off, we're like in great position. So go ahead and get things rolling once again. Obviously, the Lings are going to be able to get in here and get a fair amount of damage done. Does he cancel this? I can't even remember. Doesn't appear so. So yeah, we actually even get the cannon as well. So he, you know, that's 300 to 450. That's, you know, that's 650 minerals. I mean, that's a lot of minerals. So obviously he's going to try and be getting up his wall as quickly as possible. And, you know, when you're ever in this position and you actually defend it, always immediately counterattack. If he's good, he will have his wall already up, but you never know what type of, you know, where your opponent will be, and you want to always give yourself the best opportunity to get as much damage done as possible. So Lings are going to come in here, take out the probe, and start working on this photon cannon. Now, the photon cannon will finish, but with all the follow-up Lings, we're pretty much good to go, and that is more or less going to be the end of this game because there's really nothing he can do. I mean, he's got a zealot building. He probably could have built some cannons up on the top of the ramp, but he's not in a position to defend more Lings coming. Obviously, speed's almost done for us. More Lings are on the way. And with these overlords finishing up, we can stream Lings straight across because we've got plenty of minerals to do so. So overall, really interesting game. I didn't expect it to go this well. I went into the game and I was just like, you know, finally in Platinum, got to figure out what the new builds. But I'm actually really surprised, and actually I'm actually a little happy that we got to see this as our first Platinum game. And it just goes to show that, you know, even at the upper ranks, you know, Platinum, anything above Gold is considered kind of upper echelon StarCraft. Personally, you know, Masters and Diamond play tends to be a little bit better than Platinum. Well, obviously since they're higher ranks, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You wouldn't expect a whole lot of cheese in the upper ranks. People are trying to go into those late macro games as they see all their fun pro players do. So it is interesting that we do still see people going for this cheese. So and it's nice to give you guys that perspective that, hey, you're going to be dealing with this pretty much as long as you ladder. So yeah, I'd be very curious how you guys deal with your own cannon rushes and other types of cheese, things that you tend to do when you're in this position. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys had down in the comment section below. Feel free to leave those there. And if you did enjoy the video, feel free to go ahead and hit that like button. And if you've got some Zerg friends who are having problems dealing with this type of stuff, feel free to share with them on Facebook and Twitter. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it relatively helpful in your path to getting to the Masters League. What was I going to say? Oh, yes, of course, the description. In the description, you will find an email address if you feel so, you know, inclined to send me a replay that you guys have done, like me to do some analysis on that. I'd be more than happy to do that. All of the information for that is in the description below. So, yeah. Also, next week, I will be casting for the Thunderdog Esports Team League. That will be on Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the Thunderdog Esport Twitch channel. I'll definitely tweet about it, and I'm sure Danny will also. So keep an eye out for that next Tuesday. I'll probably also mention it in my next video as well, just so you guys keep up to date. Also, I have been streaming a little bit more. I'm going to try doing a once-a-week stream until my class is finished up, and then once we get into kind of the summer swing, I'm going to start to try and do a little bit more streaming. I'm hoping to get a stream schedule of like 3 or 4 days a week. Because looking at my university classes, those are going to be a lot more spaced out next semester, so definitely going to have a little bit more opportunity to continue on doing that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, feel free to leave any comments down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next game.